Hello everyone, this is Lily, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm wearing roller skates, and I have a sort of aerial angle. Today is a story time video. My upload schedule is everywhere, and right now, it doesn't really matter because I only have 12 subscribers, and thank you to all of you who subscribed, because you mattered. I'm doing a story time video today, and I have like 5 stories, whatever gets me over 10 minutes. My first story is about how I was standing on a bumblebee swing. That's all you need to know about that. I managed to get myself into the bumblebee swing, and I was proud. I was like 7, so I had already done that before. It was common for me. And I knew this was gonna happen, but I fell off of the bumblebee swing, resulting in my hand going behind my back and my other hand out, which meant this hand was the one that would get sprained. So I went to school for like the next 2 months with a cast on, and I cried for the rest of that night. My next story is, I was an ignorant little child. I was told to wear shoes. We went to the Gulf of Mexico, which is like 30 minutes away from my house. And I was told to wear water shoes, because of the things that were in the water, obviously. And so, of course, I said no. So, I was also warned that oysters were in the water and that they could cut my feet. So I decided to jump off of a jet ski like 20 times with a friend and my sister. And I kept jumping on something I felt was a rock about half of those times that I jumped off. That rock, I picked it up, it was an oyster. I looked at my foot outside of the water and it was covered in a big scratch. So I told Mom, and she was like, I told you so. And so I wore shoes after that, and it still hurt. And it was my mom's birthday that day. So we were watching the sunset, and then we went home. I took a shower that night, and my mom had to help me because it hurt so bad. And it probably wouldn't hurt as bad anymore because I was 6. But I got out of the water screaming the whole time because it hurt. This happened this Friday. It was in a closet. We had a code yellow and then we had a code red. So we went to the closet for the code red. My stomach had been hurting a lot that day, and I was just like, oh my god. And I was growling, and I thought somebody was gonna hear it, and they didn't, which is good. But we were sitting there, and I went, and it was funny, and I laughed, and then it kept coming, and it went. So pretty much the closet had just gotten silent. Everybody bursted into laughter at my horrible, whatever you want to call it. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I knew it was going to happen to me one day. Luckily, no, not unluckily, somebody else farted at almost the same time, and it stunk. Mine wasn't the one that stunk, but people said mine was the one that stunk. It was somebody else's. God dang it. Oh, that same day I almost killed my teacher. I went like this to tell my friend something, and my teacher was right there, and he didn't care. We were stuck in his classroom for the whole day, so he just kind of went, and I was like, I'm sorry, and then we all started laughing. I did that to my friend at the same day too, like 5 minutes after that. So when I was like 5, I was in my grandpa's pool, and we had this blow-up alligator. I think most of you have had it. It's a popular pool toy. I was sitting on it, I was all happy. Everybody's fighting over it, and I finally got it. I was just sitting there like, yeah, this is the life. And then it flipped, and I was just upside down and stuck. And my mom had to like dive into the pool to save me. I had like opened my eyes underwater. I was like coughing up water, and I was like, oh well, that's what happens when you flip, when you are queen of the alligator. It doesn't like you. One time we were sitting down by the river, my sister and I. She stood there, and I was like looking for something in the sand. And then I look over at her, and her pants just fall down. And I just started laughing so much I peed my pants. And she's just like, she starts walking around with them like that. The other day, the same Friday as the time we were in a code red, that morning, some guy who works for our shop, he had a cup from Starbucks, and he said it was a really good drink. He was like iced tea, and he was so excited for it. And my mom goes, are you okay? Why are you late? And he goes, oh, nothing, I'm happy. And then he goes like this with the donut box that was under his drink, and the drink tips, and it falls. And I'm just laughing my butt off, and Mom just goes, I'm so sorry, and I couldn't stop laughing. When I was little, Sock and I would always catch toads and keep them in the back of our room in little cages because we thought they would stay alive, and they never did. Well, one time we had a toad and it stayed alive for like 3 whole weeks. And then it died, and Sock and I were so sad. So we took it out of the thing and we went to the river and we tossed it in. That's not a funeral. We should have buried it like normal people. My sister and I were doing this water balloon thing. We had like this big water balloon that we were ready to throw at each other. And I was like, this is the signature. And then I picked it up and it popped all over me. I was wearing clothes. My sister was in a bathing suit. I'm going to insert that video here, or here. Anywhere. One time, sort of almost died. Not really. But we were heading home from the park because it was dark out, and I was like, guys, we're not gonna make it. It's gonna rain. And my sister and her friend were like, nah, it'll be fine. I was like, okay. So we went to the park, and we stayed there for a while, and it started to get really dark cloudy. And I was like, guys, we need to get back like right. And they were like, okay. Before we went back, I saw like a car stopping, and then it kept going, slowing down near the park. So we started to head home. We had our bikes. We were waiting at the street crossing for like 2 minutes. That's a long time. And we had to just finally go because there was enough space for us to go, and the truck was moving really slow. So we did, and then we started to get near the bingo hall, which is really close to our house. And we biked almost back to our house, and then it started sprinkling, and we were like, we're gonna make it. And then it started pouring. Like, you couldn't even see. And that was just a normal rain. We just didn't know because we were in the middle of it outside. The Sock had to stop in the middle of the whole thing. It was fun. We got home and we were soaking wet. Oh, who's in the kitchen? Do you have another story? No. She didn't have another story. One time there was a shooting star. My mom said it was the biggest one she had ever seen. And I missed it. I was right there and I was turned straight forward and I looked away at the last second. I've never seen a shooting star in my life. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.